How to write a LinkedIn newsletter from start to finish. You'd be surprised how few people create LinkedIn newsletters. It's something like 0.2% of people on LinkedIn have gone through the process of creating a LinkedIn newsletter. And that is mind-blowing to me because LinkedIn newsletters can be the cornerstone of your marketing strategy on LinkedIn. So if you're looking to get clients from LinkedIn or you're looking to get clients on LinkedIn, a LinkedIn newsletter is going to help you do that. I think a lot of people don't produce LinkedIn newsletters because they're intimidated to create the newsletter and maybe they don't know the tech behind how to create it. Well, we're going to fix all of that once and for all today. By the end of this video, you're going to have everything you need to create a LinkedIn newsletter. And that's important because your LinkedIn newsletter is going to increase your professional standing on LinkedIn. It's going to help LinkedIn figure out who should be seeing your content. It's going to demonstrate your expertise, your education, your authority, your trustworthiness, and it's going to get the educational content that you should be producing in front of the right people in a much more robust way than just randomly posting content in your newsfeed. And if you're new to my channel, my name's Chris. For the last 24 years, I have had thousands of paying clients. These are people who are inspired to have an impact on others and they simply want to get paid beautifully for what they love to do. So I help them do that, but I do it in a way like you might not think. The first thing we want to do is make sure you can send out a LinkedIn newsletter because your profile by default is not going to let you do that. So let's change your profile so that you can. Go to your profile on LinkedIn, scroll down, and what we want to find is creator mode. At least that's what it's called now as I'm recording this video. We want to turn on creator mode on our LinkedIn profile. That's going to do a variety of things to your profile. I can cover all of those in another video, but most importantly, it's going to give you the opportunity to send out LinkedIn newsletters. Now, real simply put, a LinkedIn newsletter is simply an article that you write on LinkedIn that you designate as a newsletter. People will be able to subscribe to your newsletter right on LinkedIn, and when they do, and you create an article that you designate as a newsletter, it's going to get pushed out to the subscribers. So you're going to get some really great reach for this content. So go to creator mode, turn on creator mode, and that's going to enable you to send out LinkedIn newsletters. So why don't you go get that done right now? Your subscribers are going to appreciate you taking the time to have a very specific focus for your newsletter. For example, my newsletter on the LinkedIn platform is all about how to get clients from LinkedIn. It's what a lot of people look to learn to do. I create a lot of videos about that on my YouTube channel. And when I create my newsletters, my prospects really love the information that I put out about how to find clients on LinkedIn. So take a moment, figure out what the focus of your newsletter is going to be, and get very clear on the kind of content that you're going to be sharing. Some people like to create newsletters that have different sections and that cover different topics that are all contextually relevant to the topic of the newsletter, but I take a little bit of a different approach. I like to cover one topic in one newsletter. I like to keep it very simple, easy to digest for my readers, and I like to give them one important thing that they could be working on right now. I find that by keeping my newsletter focused on just one topic per newsletter, I'm getting higher readership and I'm getting better response because people aren't feeling overwhelmed with a fire hose of information in my newsletter. So you get to make a decision as to how you want to assemble your newsletter. My recommendation, simplify and make sure it's not going to be overwhelming when someone's reading it. As you're creating your newsletter, let's make sure that you are consistent in your messaging and how you write. We want to be very consistent in everything that we do with our newsletters. Not only will LinkedIn reward you for a level of consistency, but your subscribers are going to really welcome that level of consistency as you're creating that content. So we want to choose a way that we're writing, a friendly way that we're writing, and we want to stay consistent with that. Moreover, we also want to be sending out our newsletters on a consistent basis as well, so that we're staying top of mind with our clients. You know, humans really do resonate well with consistency. So the more consistent that you can be in terms of your layout, the content, the tone in which you write, the voice that you write in, and the frequency with which you publish your newsletter, the more consistent you can be, the more people are going to consume that content readily and they're going to welcome it. And if I had to give you one tip that's going to make your newsletter really stand out, it would be to add your own personal touch to everything that you write. Include your education or your experience. Talk about your expertise and talk about clients that you've had or successes that you've had, transformations that you've made or transformations that you've had other people make. When you start to weave in that personal content, it really engages the audience and makes your newsletter absolutely magnetic for the people who are subscribing to it.